Hello, everyone. Welcome back to GG Speedruns. This is match 3 of our Monday night triple header. And, oh boy, we got a doozy here. Number 16 versus number 17. ETGoHAM, Firebroth. Once again, I am Jackamus Wedge. I am joined by Real Zero. How you doing tonight again, sir?
You know what? I'm ready for this final match. I think this is going to be a great one. We got two seeds that are very equal in their placement, and as well as very close PBs. ETGoHAM has a 545 and Firebroth has a 539, so only a 6-second difference. So very evenly matched, I think. I think this one can go the distance.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We might be seeing another rubber match here. I would love to see it. As I alluded to before, I seem to have ETGoHAM's number in a lot of these first round matchups, but he's got someone else this year. I'm looking forward to see what he can do. And Firebroth was the man that put me out last year, so maybe I'm a little biased towards ET on this one. But, I'm just hoping they put on a good show, and I am absolutely positive that they will. Just
Yeah,
waiting for them both to ready up, and we will be good to go.
yes, as you mentioned in the last tournament, ETGoHAM's first match was against you. You did win it 3-1, but ETGoHAM did have a pretty good run. Went on for 4 more matches until ultimately losing to J-Pop in his 5th match. Meanwhile, Firebroth did face you on their 3rd match. Firebroth was able to take that one 3-2, but it was pretty close.
All right, they're both readied up. I am giving the countdown. And yeah, as you said, ET made it further than me in the tournament, even though I won that first match. He's a great player. I just seem to have his number for whatever reason, but he's not playing me. So let's see what happens here, boys and girls. Countdown is set. Racers are off and running. We'll wait for internet time to catch up. And let's go smash some televisions and shoot like 800 guys.
Yeah, give or take. Or more. Maybe more.
So
So that
Firebroth
is
playing Manip Strats and ET going Classic.
before I was doing the manip. I used to hold the right door. I never held the top door before, but I've seen other players do it as well.
They found a second Manip that plays the top door, which is apparently a teensy bit faster. I mean, it's going to be virtually a dead heat here. As we head into collect power-ups, we'll see if Firebroth got his Manip. Well, he's just shooting right away,
Nope,
and oh, you can
he
just shoot
gets
the
it.
door and you get the orb. I don't know if that was the Manip or if he abandoned it and got lucky, but early orb for Firebroth, huge advantage. ET going ham with that spreader right now, though. Going to ignore the grenades, hoping for something better.
Oh yeah, apparently he was going for the 39. I wasn't looking as much on Firebroth's side, but yes, if you're going for the 39, when you come into the next room, you shoot the first group of guys that come out the bottom door, and you will get an orb. So pretty good time, about a 122, low to 122 for Firebroth getting out of the room. Meanwhile, no orb for ETGoHAM.
And no rockets, so that's going to be about a 129. So big advantage for Firebroth. He got pushed to the corner there, which is always a little dicey with that
Oh,
swirl, but he's able to hang on. ET does take the death. Perhaps not the worst thing ever, as he did not have his orb yet and does get rewarded with an invulnerability, but that nuke is not going to help him go ham. And now the rich getting richer. Look at all these rockets
more
for Firebroth. He
rockets.
doesn't need those. I mean, he'll take them because he'll be able to use them in the next room. Oh, he got a late spawn. I thought the room was over there as well, Firebroth. Very peculiar.
Out at a 205, he's going to use his rockets to clear out the initial foot soldiers around him. Gets a foot to follow. You know, ETGoHAM gets out at about a 214. Still no orb.
Yeah, no orb, and, well, he at least has a Razor Shield. If he uses that aggressively, that will keep him going until he gets something else. There is a nuke there, and I think he's going to avoid it. Great lanes from Firebroth. Has to dodge a bit of shrapnel there. A couple guys leaked out, but he's able to regain control. Grenades for ET. picking it up voluntarily in this room. Oh, it's desperation. Come on, give him something better.
Well, better needs something better than a key game. Nope. More
It's more
grenades.
grenades. He is just, oh, going by the skin of his teeth, trying to make something happen here. Good fire with the spreader and now gets some rockets, but uh, he's considerably behind Firebroth. The minute pays off. He gets that early orb and makes it count.
Definitely going to be a factor here, as ET still does not have. Firebroth got out of the room at a 3:02, I think, give or take. And be heading over to Taintrol. Meanwhile, ETGoHAM does get that red swirl.
Oh, the quote-unquote swirl of shame, but there's no shame in this one. ET hasn't gotten any
No
drops that could
drops.
help him at all.
No.
Brutal.
Ooh, Firebroth
Dicey
is,
moments for
you know,
Firebroth, playing with fire in that broth of bullets. But he's able to
keep
get
the
through,
orb.
grabs the nuke, get rid of the gunners, and should be able to control it now.
Definitely worth taking the nuke just to get the room calmed down, finish off those gunners. Oh, gets barely snagged
Tank!
by the bullet.
That was an incredibly mean tank. Came out and quick shot right away. It looked like Firebroth was going to dodge it, but then
It did.
it also fired that diagonal upshot there. That always gives you pause. You want to move back to dodge it, but then you run into the other bullet. He's going
Yep.
with his rockets now, but oh, that's a unfortunate death there. He's going to
Let's
get
get an orb
another orb
placement.
here. Too late to really matter, but will help him finish the Shrappies off a little quicker, and he'll be in the Mutoid Man at a 427. Meanwhile, ET scrambling for any advantage he can possibly get. Takes the nuke, definitely the right play in this situation. Please, someone get that man a gun. And those rockets will help, but he's got a lot.
Oh,
Oh, the leaker gets through and hits him in the middle. Yeah, I hate to see it, Zero.
does get the nuke there, but still not the end of the room. Does get a Regent
Fire
shield.
Broth trying to get that player 2 spreader, but just too far out of his reach. Finally, the game mocking ET gives him an
Oh,
orb over 5 minutes into the run. That is insulting.
this has just been bad RNG for ETGoHAM here. Meanwhile, Firebroth is going to get a spreader chance.
This one he definitely will get. He's got 2 forms and growing of a lead on ET. Oh, that is great spreader use there. Makes full use of the invulnerability and gets another form and a half. Head gone. 4 form lead for Firebroth. And ET looks at a key? Are you kidding me, game? We want a race. We don't want the drops to decide it this much. I mean, Firebroth has played fantastic, absolutely, but ET didn't have a chance with the drops he got.
No, just didn't come his way at all. But I guess, well, and gets zapped in the meantime. I guess if you're gonna
Oh,
have bad luck though. Oh,
again, the game shows the pity drop when it doesn't matter. Just like with that 5-minute orb, unbelievable. That spreader isn't a good drop. That's an insult, is what that is. We at least get to see our first glitch toid of the night, though.
oh, we do. Meanwhile, Firebroth ends his at 619, and ET gets run over. I think he might be able to get to that spreader. He will.
He will get to it.
Mutoid
And
moves
yeah,
up
there's a
for him.
continue for ET because he was so aggressive in taking deaths when he had nothing, just to at least get an invuln on the feet effectively. Had popped for ET. He's got a lobber now. This should push him to final form with good fire. Mutoid being really mean with his movement, but great ricochet shots from ET is still going to hit the sweet spot and push him to final form. He's going to need another weapon to finish it off. Those grenades may do it. Risky grab, but he's able to mine the pixel positioning and gets them. He's going to just need a little bit more damage. Those grenades not quite enough and could not quite get to the rocket. Again, Mutoid being rude with the positioning. And yeah, 2 rockets to
Yep.
finish him off. Unreal bad RNG there. Firebroth takes game number 1.
Well, if you're gonna have bad luck, you might as well have it all in the same run. Get it out of your system, and hopefully we get some better luck on the next one for him.
Well, they're going to get ready here for game number 2.
Hopefully, ETGoHAM sees a little bit better luck this time, especially if Firebroth is going for the Orb Manip. If he's successful in getting that, ET is going to really need an early Orb to help keep pace. And I'm going to be
Yeah,
paying more attention to Firebroth this
watching a
time.
race like this, Zero, makes me appreciate that if you understand and figure out how this manip works, you can effectively create your own luck, at least for the arena. Just having that
Definitely.
first drop orb is, in a race, super comfy.
Yeah, definitely makes a huge difference. I know for myself personally, it makes a lot more runs actually reach the finish line, you know?
Yeah, and they're both on the ready screen. Looks good there. And this just in, our Monday night triple header may be turning into a Monday night quadruple header. What do you think of that, Zero?
I think, what a twist!
What a twist indeed! The night is still young after all.
Especially for those of us
Well,
who
then.
live in the West Coast like myself, it's only about 6 o'clock. Might be a little bit later for the East Coasters, but still not too late. So we will see if that matchup ends up happening or not. We will have to.
It is not confirmed yet. We have one participant who will be here. We're just waiting on the other, and if it happens, oh baby, we will be the first to let you know. And they're both ready. I'll give them the countdown. And yes, as chat alluded to, we may be going to overtime in Lexington. Ha ha!
Overtime.
But for now, we still have match 3 of the night. Firebroth with a 1-0 lead over ET. ET deserves some drops this go around. Firebroth is, oh, I
Oh,
think something went wrong for him
he
there,
missed.
and he's not going to be able to create his own luck this time, so equal footing as far as the RNG is concerned. We'll see how this plays out.
Yep, no Orb Manip. He missed the first guy on the diagonal right as he was moving up. Didn't clip him. Recognized it quickly though, so at the very least, if you recognize you've missed it, just focus, get back
Oh,
to
look
normal
at this.
play.
We are
Ooh, dead
frame for
even.
frame going out of the first room, both with a mid 40.
And without the Orb Manip, it's going to be totally RNG. Who gets the first one? Let's see if ETGoHAM can get it this time.
If not, at least
Grenades.
give him a rocket.
No. Well, grenades for both.
Yeah,
ET.
ET's going to pick his up. ET has had enough of not having an orb, and he wants one. He's going to grab everything in sight. These
Well,
rockets will help tremendously, but Firebroth does get his orb after all. Great rocket fire from ET into the spreader. Still no orb.
ooh,
More rockets to help
more
finish the
rockets.
room off.
That should be enough. Oh, it's going to
That'll
be pretty
definitely be enough to
close.
finish the room off. ET will have about a second and a half lead, but he does not have an orb yet. And we saw how decisive that proved in game number 1.
You're going to get it one. If you don't get in the first room, this is the room to get it in. He can hold this room and get that orb without sacrificing any time to do so. Just needs it to happen.
Yeah, those early rockets that he was able to carry into the room definitely helped him keep on top of it. And this second
Ooh,
rocket drop means he won't be losing any time, but he needs an orb. He
he does.
absolutely needs an orb.
Firebroth got a
Firebroth is
little close
making
there.
good. Yeah, Firebroth. There was a moment where there were briefly 4 Shrappies on the screen. I don't know if it was long enough for it to cost him any time, but maybe not the cleanest room despite having an orb. But he's definitely out in front now despite... Oh, God! Back to
Oh,
the
that's
face for
brutal.
ET. Firebroth definitely has the lead at this point. And a
And just
key for
another dead
ET.
drop.
A key? Come on, game. Give him an orb. Spreader will keep it going. Firebroth able to rally from a bit of a shaky shrapnel room. These fire lanes looking much better in this Total
Yep.
Carnage room.
Nuke on the feet for ETGoHAM. Not sure if he meant to grab it or not. Either way, it's fishing for an orb.
I don't think that's a bad grab when you don't have the orb in this room.
Yep. And especially if you don't have to go out of your way to grab it, might as
The
well.
rich getting richer. Rockets for Firebroth, and oh my god, that fire was amazing. That is
Great fire.
that
303 out of
might
the
be the
room.
best 3 to 5 seconds of rocket fire with an orb I've ever seen. Just one shot per door and killed everything coming out of it. Immaculate stuff.
It's great when you have the orb and you're able to line up those shots with your rockets so that both shots are just enough to clear each of those doors.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that consciously. Like, if I know in theory you can watch the way that the orb orbits around you and anticipate that you're going to get the double rocket fire, but seeing it in practice like that, it's like, is Firebroth human task? At least for a moment there, he was unreal.
Definitely hard to do. I myself have not perfected it, so it's not an easy ask.
No, I mean, I'm apparently one of the best at the single rocket fire, but whenever I have the rocket and the orb, I cannot clear the doors out like Firebroth did. I'm still in awe, like a full minute later. We should actually go back to commentating what's going on in this match.
Yeah, ETGoHAM unfortunately gets beat down, does not have an orb. Firebroth able to maintain theirs, had some rockets in the room, cleared out the gunners. Able to get into Mutoid. Rockets for ET. Use that to take out the remaining gunner and we'll clear down some of these lanes. Grenades are not going to do it.
No, they aren't. That was another scary tank fire, and while he was able to dodge the bullets, he got hit by the batsman right after. Firebroth's lead continues to grow. ET,
Player 2.
what on earth is an orb? Someone call home and have them send those reinforcements because he desperately needs an orb in the next game. It's too late to matter now. He's going to have half a clip of Spreader coming into Mutoid. You can get a full form of damage off this, but it is going to be a little dicey with the swirl in there.
Yeah, the swirl is something you have to worry about. But use some of his
He's
fire
going
to
to take a couple
take it
shots
down.
to get rid of the swirl. That's the right play. Oh, he lines up. He dodges the fire. He's still got most of it out there. He's not going to be able to pick up that lobber because those cannoneers were a bit rude, but he got some damage in at the very least. But the question is, Zero, I think is it too late? He's 3 forms behind. Head already popped for Firebroth, spewing grenades all over him. And Mutoid so generously moves off that rocket, and he's on final form.
Unless Firebroth gets a huge set of dead drops and ET gets some crazy spreaders, I don't think he's going to be able to swing it back in time. Firebroth is landing those lobber shots, getting in that damage, and takes him out the last of it.
The very last shot in the clip finishes him off. As you were saying it, I'm thinking maybe Firebroth not picking up that grenade could be an issue, but no. He just knew that that clip was exactly enough to finish him off. I am super impressed by Firebroth this race. Forget that, ET once again had pretty awful luck, but this time Firebroth just put the screws to him. Unreal rockets at the end of Total Carnage. Great judgment calls in Mutoid. Good movement in Tank Trouble. Oh my. I'm thinking Firebroth might be underseeded.
Firebroth having some very solid play this game for sure. ET's trying to finish off getting to the final form now with these lobbers. Gets a fresh clip of them. Definitely not going to be too happy about this time, but just going to have to hope that the luck improves because they're going to be down 0-2 against Firebroth.
Yeah, up. Geez, it's the Alamo now for ET, but well, is he going to get more than subpar luck 3 games in a row? I guess we'll see. It would be nice to see ET get an early orb. I'd really like to see what he can do with that because ET really hasn't had a chance to go ham on us yet.
No, just hasn't been getting that luck to go. Been getting some rockets here and there, but that can only do you so much. You need that orb. So Firebroth is going to be in the lead 2-0. Needs to win one more to take this best of 5 for ET to come back. He's going to need to take it one game at a time. We've seen crazier things happen. We've seen some full sweep reversal sweeps. And ET is definitely capable of doing it. Just needs some luck to swing their way. But you got to take it one game at a time. Got to win one,
absolutely.
then win the next one, and then suddenly you're tied up again. So you just got to can't think about that game 5. Got to win game 3 here.
Exactly right, you are, Zero. All ET needs is to just get something to help him get through the arena. We said he deserves an orb, but give him 5 or 6 rockets and he's probably okay. But I mean, I guess a single orb is more common than 5 or 6 rockets, so just give him the orb already.
Both players are just about ready.
Countdown is coming as we speak, Zero.
The winner of this match will go on to face the #1 seed Brysolf. Let's see if Gainer 3, if ETGoHAM can turn things around and get some better luck.
Well, if there was a time to go ham, it is definitely now. Firebroth going to try to create his own luck yet again. And I haven't seen him deviate from the door, so I'm going to assume everything is going swimmingly so far.
So far, he's going for the 39. He's pretty good so far. And
that was a great last spawn for ET. He's just able to clean that up and move on.
From my point of view, it looks like Firebroth hit the manip. As long as we see some guys come out from the bottom and the right door, we should see Firebroth shooting downwards.
Yeah, he did get that nuke at the end.
Nope.
But no,
off somewhere.
Something went tits up for him there. And there's an orb for ET. The
orb.
game's going to make him work for
it.
It's good lord, but he's got it.
Manages to get it. That was close, though. The game was kind of trolling him with those foot soldiers hovering around it.
Yeah, just talk about a bad location for the drop.
Well,
they've both got orbs, so RNG not playing favorites here. Oh my god, no, ET!
No! Just barely gets clipped by the one foot soldier. And he's gonna get a
shrapnel. And the shrap's gonna blow up too. And
you can see it in ET's movement. That wiggling of the stick, you can see the frustration there for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. ET does not have a webcam on, but I imagine his face is very red, and there is a lot of steam coming out of that man's ears right now.
No doubt.
He is going to get a mercy orb, but he does have a deficit to work up against here.
But you know what? Better to get another one than not. So you know what?
Absolutely, I would take it. Zero. You are completely correct on that.
Should be able to, take out the rest of the foot soldiers. Firebroth is already in total carnage.
Yeah, it'll be
does have the orb. Should be able to maintain.
ET since he was a bit behind there. They're both working with the orb. ET behind in the match and behind in the game. Firebroth gets pushed out of the center a bit by those exploding shrapnels, but able to work his way back in. And you know what? Take the nuke to get the room under control. I respect that call.
Not a bad call. You know what? And honestly, in tournament play versus pushing for PB, if you're in a tournament, I might take that nuke too.
Yeah, it's about consistency in the tournament. PB is just an RNG fest. You'll take every risk because it's such a short run. But in a tournament, in a race, it's consistency that's going to be key. It won't win you every race because Mutoid can just be like, ha, no. But it will give you the best opportunity. That was a risky grab for ET, but he's got it.
Got the rockets,
oh my goodness, what amazing movement right there.
Ooh, a little close there, but just About to finish up the room. Not too far behind. A lot closer than it's been, and has the orb, so see what we can do in tank trouble.
Yeah, it's about a 9-second lead right now for Firebroth. It's not insurmountable with how wild the RNG can swing in these last two rooms. But
Especially with this
ET
first drop.
still behind, where you think if he didn't make that mistake, losing that orb early on, they'd probably be at a dead heat right now.
Definitely
Firebroth not
could
getting
be.
a whole lot to help out with the gunners, gets pushed in the corners. He has rockets if he can get there. He does and keeps the orb.
Oh.
ET gets his rockets, but he loses the orb. Potential blessing in disguise if the rockets come fast, loose, and often.
Yep, if you're going to lose the orb in this room, if you can at least get a whole set of rockets, you can maintain decent pace, but gets
That's
a nuke
not the
instead in the
case
corner.
for ET, so he's going to have to play basically every drop he gets. He'll play those nukes because with how high the spawn rate is, nukes save time in this room when you only have the pea shooter. You simply cannot kill the enemies as quickly as a nuke can just eliminate 30 some at a time.
Yeah, but Firebroth manages to clear his room, keeping the orb, gets out at about a 4.2.
Oh, another mean tank shot for
no.
ET. Oh, disaster again. Firebroth gets some early rockets to get rid of the gunners, do a bit of damage, lines up the ball buster, he gets it. ET just finishing off the room now, so he's got about a 23-second deficit to make up here.
While Firebroth getting trolled by Mutoid, he was sitting on whatever the drop was earlier, gets a shield.
Well, the deficit definitely isn't 23 seconds anymore.
Oh,
Mutoid's
no.
not playing too nice. That quick lock. Oh, blessing in disguise for ET. His luck might finally be turning around here.
He's gonna grab it. Can he get a shield?
Yeah, he's gonna grab the refill and go to work on the other side.
Shield!
He gets an invulnerability!
And more spreader!
This is the wildest swing of luck I think we've ever seen in a tournament match.
And he still has the gunners. Oh, he finally gets run over, but he's certainly made up the ground.
He gets run over, but he's gone from being behind to being ahead.
Wow.
ET may steal this and continue having some life here against Firebroth, who got so many empty drops that he's now behind. Head finally pops for Firebroth, working with his lobber here, angling it off, but it's final form for ET. He picks up a lobber. He might need a little more damage than that full clip, but he's going to try to run it out. One of the gunners still alive for ET.
Still alive.
Dodging cannon fire on the final phase. This is not something you see often. The shrapnel gets him. He's final form for Firebroth. As long as ET can hang on, that should do it, and it does. What a wild finish.
Wow. You almost never see a gunner live to the end form like that, but you know what? He got the luck where it mattered the most, was make good use of it, and was able to pull this one back and take it to a game 4. Wow.
ET, after getting the RNG troll for 2.5 races, gets one God Spreader and capitalizes on it. The Scod Spreader, the Invuln, the refill, and he never missed. And you could see some of the nervousness when he got to the final form in the movement, but it didn't matter because of how quickly he was able to turn that gigantic deficit into a gigantic lead.
You know, and this is what happens when you play. You never know. You could be 30 plus seconds behind. When you get into that Mutoid room, all bets are off. The right set of drops can swing it back, and we just saw it happen.
Yeah, we did. ET's found some life. Is momentum on his side going into game 4? Let's find out. Will we be having ham sandwiches, or are we going to settle for the prophesized soup? We will find out in game 4. Predictions. Who you got, chat? ET maintains momentum or Firebroth slams the door? Let us know. I am getting them ready for game 4. Well, as I leave you with that very hype lead up, and we're waiting for things to start up. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. This is GG Speedruns. I'd like to give a quick shout out to our behind the scenes grandmaster, Mr. Dino, the man, the myth, the legend, dealing with so many technological issues, is able to make this amazing broadcast happen for you all, and is such a champ that, from the sounds of it, our second competitor for the possible quadruple header is getting set up. So yes, people, I think we will have a fourth match tonight after this one. We're going overtime on GG Speedruns. Ha ha! And they're ready. I will give them the countdown for game number 4 of this 5-game set. Keep the predictions going, chat, until we go. And then we go, 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 go.
Good luck.
Countdown is set. We are getting caught up in TV land. TV land is caught up. Our contestants are set to compete for massive, amazing prizes like a year's supply of good meat, a whole bunch of VHS cassettes,
And brand new VCRs. I'd buy that for $1.
Damn straight you are. Welcome back, Zero, just in time for game number 4.
Ooh, it looks like Firebroth might be okay. Might have been slightly early on that nuke grab. We'll see when he gets into the next room if he got the manip or not.
So if the manip works, your razor shield breaks and then you pick up the nuke that spawns near you, is my understanding of the technique. He's shooting down and the orb is on the field.
Yep.
So yes, indeed, that was the manipulation. Firebroth creating his own luck again. ET looking for, well, a razor shield is probably the best thing he's seen in this room so far, Zero.
Yeah.
And now rockets.
Rockets.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you'll take it. Still really want to see that orb, but this will keep him competitive with Firebroth, whose great shooting is going to get him out at a 120 versus a 122. Very close, but
Very
ET
close.
does need that orb. Firebroth working from the corner, but those rockets are going to... Ooh. He had a Swarmer walk right through the double rockets he fired out there. Tense moments, but he had the heads up play to follow up with another shot, despite trying to conserve rockets, as you do, because they're so powerful.
Speaking of the rockets,
While
get the new fresh clip of
still
them.
looking for an orb, and yeah, as you said, more rockets for Firebroth. Rich getting richer, he's going to be able to take them with him into total carnage. And ET's got a
No
couple
orb.
grenades and no orb. Hooray! Well, let's see.
Give him a first drop.
Drop spring here.
Well, that's a key.
Key and in a bad position, but he has to chase it to force the next drop sooner.
Oh.
Rich getting richer as Firebroth set up with a razor shield in the center. There's an orb for ET. He's going to be able to get it. Didn't have to work for it quite like the one in the last match that trolled him so hard. But now he's got a spreader to gain control of the middle, and now a razor shield. So eventually the drop's lined up for ET, but he is going to be a little bit behind Firebroth right now.
Yeah, but should be able to maintain control of the room with that shield, so shouldn't at least lose any more time. Firebroth is finishing off his last shrapnel. Is going to get in at a good 257.
A good 257.
Nice time.
How about a great 257? Anything sub 3 is top tier. It's going to be about a 12-second lead for Firebroth, but at least ET has an orb. He's allowed to play the game, Zero.
You finally have some fun.
But honestly, who has more fun than us right now? Firebroth gets no help with the first drop and is pushed in the corner, gets rid of one of the gunners. Works to the other corner to take care of the other gunner. First drop, nuke for ET. You will take that. Clears the room and lets you get rid of at least one of the gunners. Slight advantage for ET so far in this room.
ET is kind of stuck in the
but
corner.
he got pushed too hard. Lost the orb. Razor Shield can make up for that. There's so many swarmers in the room that a Razor Shield, if used as a weapon, is more potent than an orb. That said, he does get a replacement fairly quickly. Firebroth still, meanwhile, working orb and literally nothing else. He grabs the nuke. That's a great play,
Nice
and that's
move.
the end of the room for Firebroth. Amazing nuke. He's into Mutoid at a 416.
Great time.
ET not going to be too far behind. He
Oh,
loses the orb,
well.
but that doesn't matter. All that does is deny him a ball buster opportunity, which is hardly a guarantee. He's 12 seconds behind, but he's not out of this game 4. Firebroth going for his ball buster, trying to line it up. He misses.
Not quite. A little too far to the right. Oh, but it's going to
He is
get a
going to
spreader
get
chance.
a nice spreader. He does
Oh,
have
gets
to
controlled.
maneuver for it, so he's not going to have a ton of invulnerability, but should at least get an arm. ET got tagged by something? I have no idea what killed him.
I missed it too, and now he's just getting an invulnerability for his troubles.
No, he was like 2 feet to the north of Mutoid. The gunners were both gone. No mines up there. I have no idea what got him.
It would have been a shrapnel then. It would be the only thing left in the room.
No,
Get
it's
him?
too early. There's no shrapnels in the room yet. I literally have no idea what killed him. Maybe a stray bullet from one of the gunners somehow, but they were both gone. I really don't know. Anyway, 2 forms down for ET, 3.5 down for Firebroth. Both working with lobbers here. Firebroth pops the head. ET still working on breaking the chest. Refill on lobbers for Firebroth. This should put him to final form, and he's got another refill. Dangerous grab if he goes for it. He elects to, well, in that case, it's not about what you elect to do or not do. You're getting run over whether you like it or not. Ouch. He's going to pick up a spreader. Not the best DPS on the final form. He may need another weapon. These rockets should do it as the head pops for ET. All Firebroth has to do is land his shots and not get run over, and he does. Firebroth is going to take it 3 games to 1. And you know what, Zero? I think this is just a case of sometimes you have to create your own luck. Firebroth played the manip, and he got it 3 out of 4 times, and he won 3 out of 4 races. Meanwhile, ET got some of the most heinous RNG I've ever seen in this game.
Yeah,
so
like you said,
maybe some of these new school players playing their manip strats, maybe there's some merit to that. Maybe us old boys got to adapt a little bit.
In a game like this is RNG heavy as it is, having something more in your control like that certainly helps make a difference.